In this video, I'm going to go through the iPhone 13 and to see what leaks are about this product. Make sure you stay tuned. And not only like the video, subscribe, and turn notifications on. And let's get into it. So here we go. What do we know about the upcoming new iPhone 13 series? With Apple, new iPhone 13 series release date heavily tipped to be in September, it is likely just weeks at most until the phone launches. Now, as we know, in given the Apple release dates, it tends to be in the middle of September, as it is for the other iPhones, e.g., the iPhone 7, the iPhone 8, the 10s Max, for instance, within the exception of last year's model for the iPhone 12 Pro Max, as that was released in October. But let's all have some faith that Apple will distribute the iPhone 13 within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So the iPhone 13 price. Expect a similar price to the iPhone 12 range, with one leak suggesting it will be exactly the same. The iPhone 12 mini was the cheapest of the 2020 iPhones, and it started at £699 in the UK, with the iPhone 12 Pro Max costing £1,099. That said, there is some evidence that the price could increase a bit. Little is expected to change from the iPhone 12, but it seems the company will be changing the design of the rear camera. It'll be seemingly having a diagonal lens arrangement on the two cheaper phones, but the design seems otherwise largely said to be similar to the last year's handsets, with a slightly smaller notch. So the colours. Apple may debut some new shades with the iPhone 13 series and two rumoured versions, pink and orange. And we'll also see such as purple, black and white colours as well. Display. Screen sizes and resolutions are expected to stay the same across the range of the iPhone 13 products, but both the iPhone 13 Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro Max are heavily rumoured to debut the 120 Hz refresh rates. That means the image on these screens will be smoother than previous iPhones. Plus, we're expecting an always-on display on each handset too. So in some ways, they are copying the Samsung Note ranges because they've always had that always-on sort of feature. And now I think after 13 iPhones, or 13 years, the Apple is actually now trying to catch up or play catch up with the other Android models. In my eyes, in my opinion as well, I think they should have probably done that on the iPhone 12. But with all these new updates and things, they got to make a feature that haven't been included on the iPhones just to try and get them to sell. Because if there's no worthiness or no feature or no glamorous about it, then how's it going to convince people to buy a next year's upgrade if there is no sort of improvements to the previous models as such as? They got to convince the members of the public to think the iPhone 13, you want to buy it because it's got these features and it can do this and that. So that's where the Apple marketing comes into it as well. So the cameras. Apple is expected to be tweaking the camera on the iPhone 13 series, and the two Pro handsets may get an upgrade ultra-wider shooter. The iPhone 13 Pro may have an upgraded telephoto camera, plus some leaks suggest LiDAR can be presented on all four models, so you'll have an improved depth perception. Though more recent leaks don't mention this, so don't count on it. Video recording software improvements are also expected, including a new portrait mode. Now, with the video recording software, and they're trying to integrate all these features into the Apple iMovie sort of application, I just personally don't think it would be great, because there's loads of editing apps on an iOS device that most people don't even use the main core of iMovie, because the other apps does exactly the same, but with better user accessibilities. So if they're wasting their time really on trying to improve iMovie, it may persuade people to give it a try, but it may not, because they already picked their favorite editing application already, because iMovie haven't had a greatest of updates over the years. It hasn't been widely mentioned that iMovie is the better one out of all of them. So it remains to be seen on that. But whether people will change from different video editing and go back to the core iMovie application, that remains to be seen. But as it always says, got to give Apple the benefit of the doubt, let them improve these applications, and let you try them out and see if you like them. Until then, until that happens, until you can try it, practically, then don't judge what Apple's trying to do. But me personally, it has been a long time coming, and I should have done it years ago with updating the Apple apps. So the specs. The A15 chipset will likely power each of these handsets through current reports. It is also heavily rumoured that Apple may bring out a 1TB iPhone for the first time in 2021. So that will allow for the largest iPhone sizes ever. Now, I just don't believe that, the 1TB storage, because it isn't easy to do. It's not easy to do. I just don't think that until the iPhone 14, I don't think they could ever build that 1TB storage, because it's a lengthy process and it hasn't been mentioned in the reports on the iPhone 13. So me personally, I think that rumour might actually be not genuine. But for the iPhone 14s and the consequences of the forthcoming releases, you may have a chance that it could be the 1TB version, but it would be more of a slight cost to that 1TB. The battery. If the biggest iPhone 13 battery leak is correct, you can expect a larger battery inside 2021 phones. These are expected to be notably larger, with the iPhone 13 expecting to offer a 3095 mAh cell compared to the iPhone 12 2805 mAh. What does that mean? You expect a long-lasting iPhone 13 than your previous iPhones. Now, they've just made the iPhone 12 a little bit worse than it is, because they've also just now stated that the iPhone 12 is notably less battery components than it is with the iPhone 13. So this is where Apple gets that edge, because they're building it up on different years and giving it different whamness about it, and that is making people really wait longer to get an iPhone, because every year there's always new stuff in every iPhone. And with Apple changing its upgrade compatibility till 6 years after purchase, it's not long. It's not something that you can keep forever, because by then probably iPhone 16 could be a better one than all the other ranges. That's how Apple always gets that popularity, because they play in catch up with Android phones, making them look better on the iPhones. But it's confusing a lot of people, and everyone's asking the same question: do I get the iPhone 13 or do I get an iPhone 12? And that's something that you've got to wait until the launch, because all these are speculation. They only can assume that the iPhone 13 will have these, but it's not confirmed. So, if you want my opinion personally, I would wait until the iPhone 13 is in distribution, and wait until Apple has it on its official domain, which is apple.co.uk or apple.com. And when that happens, what they say on the description and what they can give out with the product, that they can't lie about it, because it's misinformation. But with the larger battery, I personally think that will be the biggest persuasion there that Apple has into thinking that everyone will buy the iPhone 13. And I don't think they're going to be wrong about that, because everyone wants a bigger battery, everyone wants bigger specs, everyone wants better functionality, and everyone wants something that they don't have on their current iPhone models. So that's my little review there on is the iPhone 13 worth waiting for? And I personally think it is. It has got some very good features that I've just read there that you haven't seen on previous iPhone models. So give Apple some faith. Give Apple that minute to rake up that specifications, and who knows? You might purchase it. You might go back to the iPhone 12 model, but until release date is all speculated. I hope this helped into helping you wait for the iPhone 13. And if it did, let me know in the comments. And if you've got an iPhone 12, what's your review on the iPhone 12 personally? Let me know in the comments too. And until the next one, take care. I'll see you very, very soon.